Hello, everybody. I'm back. I had to take a short hiatus last week because I had to attend a funeral. Very sad. My husband's uncle passed away, and so we had to travel to Idaho for a funeral. The road trip was about 9 hours it took us to get there, and thankfully it was a beautiful couple of days. The roads were perfect, except for one small place in Idaho, Immigration Pass, I think it was called. That was pretty sketchy. But other than that, the trip was fine. It was a nice funeral. He was 85 years old. He had some diabetes. I think he was getting a little bit of dementia. He wasn't walking very well. So, it's a blessing and it's a sad thing. But, so we're back from that. And the day before we left for the funeral, I got a call from the assisted living where my mother is, and she had fallen on her face. And they sent me a picture, and it was nasty. I mean, it was just black and blue. She'd broken her nose, they thought. She refused to go to the hospital because that's my mother. She just won't go to the hospital. She figures, what's the point? So she didn't go to the hospital. Someone's trying to call me. No. Anyway, so I went up and visited her. We came back from the funeral. Then I went back. I went to Billings and visited her for the day. And oh my gosh, the bruising was so like yellowy, green, purpley, and she literally looked like something out of a horror film. I mean, I about started crying when I walked into her room, but I tried to maintain my composure because I didn't want her to, realize how bad she really looked. So, oh gosh. Anyway, she's fine. I mean, she's fine. She's the nose and whatever, but anyway, she's fine. So I'm back. So I do want to start by giving away the prizes from the last time I was live. So, those of you that, well, actually, maybe I'll wait just a little tiny bit so more people can kind of get on, because Facebook was really having some issues yesterday. And, so some people, there were no lives. You couldn't post pictures. Sometimes you couldn't even post comments. It was just really crazy. So hello, everyone. I have been blabbing. I didn't say hello. So you've got Debbie, Donna, Lisa, Angela, Brina. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate that very much. Hello, Sandy. How are you? So just in case you guys are unaware, but how could you be unaware? It's been going on for almost 3 months. Celebration is still going on. And with your $1,500 orders, you do earn free stuff, which is really cool. Hello, Joyce and Sue. There are some things that are sold out. The foil sheets, the butterfly elements, the little wooden guys, the, thanks, Angela. The foil sheets, the butterfly elements, the ribbon, and now I lost my train of thought. There was something else. What the heck is it? Excuse me. I can't remember, but I'll think of it. Also, the coordination products, the, hop around, the frog framelits, the cupcake framelits, those are sold out also. I'm so sorry. The lasting lily framelits are still available as of right before I went live, and so are the painted seasons framelits. I think it's called 4 Seasons. Anyway, so, and you guys know I had been sick before I couldn't go Facebook Live. I think I actually had the flu. And it just kind of hung around, and it's actually still hanging around. And I actually think that I have something that I don't even know. I'd never heard of this before. I think I have something called pleurisy, where the lining of your lung becomes inflamed, and it hurts to breathe. It hurts to cough. It's painful to the touch. So, yeah, here's to being sick for a month. Yes, it's been great fun. Actually, I am just now starting to feel a little bit better. Yesterday, I didn't feel terrible. I was actually able to do some stuff. Today, I've been actually pretty active down here because I've got an online class that's releasing tomorrow. And this is my kickoff card. It's a shaker. Oh, don't go blurry on me, silly camera. So it's a shaker card. Maybe I'll go like this. Maybe it won't go blurry then. So anyways, my kickoff card, this is not part of the class. This card will go live on my blog tomorrow morning with a video. So if you want to know how to make this shaker card, it's amazing. Why wouldn't you want to know? Check out my blog tomorrow, and they'll have a video showing you how to do it. So talking about my online class, I will do that when we flip the camera over, and I do have a project using the Geared Up Garage stuff. So we'll talk about that then. So now we're going to go ahead and award the prizes. Woohoo, prizes. Okay. So, as you know, I always give away a prize for people that comment because I love to read your comments. Hopefully, if you have questions, I can help you answer them. If you just want to say, oh, your card's beautiful. Oh, I would love that. So anyways, so for commenting on my last Facebook Live, which was 2 weeks ago, I am giving away this black and white Baker's Twine, and it's Pam Warzinski. And I'm sure I butchered that, Pam. So hello, Kelly. How are you? So, yeah. So Pam, send me your address via Facebook message and I will get this out to you. Then I always do want you guys to share the video. So everyone who shares the video, I do put your name in a drawing. And the person who shared and is the winner, boy, I'm still losing my mind. I drew a name and it was Tina Lake. So Tina wins this stuff because this is what we made last time. We actually made these cute little Rolo flowers because aren't they adorable? Yes, I know. So I'm going to send you a flower, Tina, with no Rolo. You're going to have to put your own Rolo on because it'll cost me a lot more money if I put the Rolo on there because it'll be so fat. And the post office doesn't like fat stuff being mailed. They charge you lots of dollars for that. Then we had this fun card where we did some masking and we used the retiring Berry Burst and Powder Pink. And then we made these two cards using the Memories and More kit. The Happiness Blooms. We have a little gift card, and then we have a birthday card. So congratulations, Tina Lake. Send me your information, Tina, via a Facebook message, and I will get these things out to you. Okay, and just as a disclaimer, I give people a month to contact me with their address. If they don't, then they don't get the cards. It's just simple as that. You have to contact me because I don't know who you are. So if you don't contact me, you can't get those. Oh, Pam, I got your name right. Yay! I'm so excited about that because I thought I was going to butcher it. So I'm very excited. So yay, Pam's on here. I pronounced Pam's name right. So there's a little check mark for me. Okay. Then for the ordering, everybody who ordered, and I actually did it for the last 2 weeks because I wasn't live last week. So the people that ordered in the last 2 weeks, I was giving away some of the, what is this, Tea Room Ribbon Combo Pack. It's the Coastal Cabana, and I think it's vanilla. It's white, and they have copper accents on the side, so it's really pretty. Anyway, the winner of this is Roxy Marin. I'm going to say Marin. And, of course, Roxy, I have your address, so I don't need you to send that to me. So I will get that out to you quickly. Now, for next week, I guess for this week to be given away next week, we have a little half package of some Glimmer Dots. Yay. And these are for commenting. So leave me any kind of a comment, question. Your card is beautiful. I love you. You're amazing. Anything like that. No, I'm just kidding. Any kind of comment, guys. We'll get you in the drawing for that. The ordering is a half a package of the Rich Regals designer series paper stack. So you get, I think it's 2 sheets of every color in the Rich Regals. Not Rich Regals. It's just Regals now. I've been a demonstrator too long and they keep changing names and stuff and then I can't remember what stuff's called. It's just called Regals now. I have a pack of the Regals designer series paper. And then just because I want to tease you guys, I have a VIP Facebook page for my customers. People that order from me are invited to my Facebook page. And I try to go live. I was trying to go live in there every week. I just can't do it. I mean, with me being sick and things going on, I just can't do it. So I'm going to try to go a couple times a month. Anyways, I'm going to be going live in my VIP group here in the next couple days. And this is going to be the stamp set that someone in there is going to win. So there's a little tip for you if you want to be entered in the drawing for that. And I also show some exclusive products or projects that I don't show anywhere else on that group in those Facebook Lives. So yeah, check that out. Okay, so during celebration also, if you sign up to be a demonstrator, you can get $175 worth of stuff for $99. That is like the best deal that we have going on right now. So if you have a $100 order that you want to place with me, don't. Sign up to be a demonstrator instead because you're going to get your $100 worth of merchandise. You're going to pay $100, but you're going to get $175. And then if you want to add that really cool tote that they're offering, you can add that for another $30, which is a really good deal itself. And then after you become a demonstrator, then you get 20% off everything you purchase, minimum 20%. And yeah, I mean, it's a no-brainer. This is the best time of year to become a demonstrator. Also, if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, This is the best time to buy your 12-month subscription to Paper Pumpkin because you get celebration items plus you get host rewards, which is amazing. And then you don't have to worry about being charged for your Paper Pumpkin for the whole rest of the year. So I just purchased mine last week, so I am good to go for 12 months, and I'm very excited about it. Okay, so I think I've spilled all the blah, blah, blah. And I have to say right now, I'm probably going to be doing a little coughing during this video. Whatever this stuff is in my side, this pleurisy or whatever it is, it just makes me cough. And the coughing is worthless. It does nothing. It doesn't cough out anything. You know, like usually if you're coughing up the gunk in your lungs to get it out of your lungs. This cough is a dry hacking cough that does nothing except annoy everyone. Me, you, my family, everyone. So I apologize in advance for that. Okay, so we are now going to, I never did check my iPad to see if I was actually live, but obviously I'm live because you guys are commenting and you're seeing what I'm talking about. So there you go. I'm going to flip the camera. And then before I went live, I whacked my camera stand, so I knew it was going to be out of whack here when I flipped it over. So let me just do a little adjusting here because it drives me nuts if it's not straight. Oop, I'm going to try to zoom in just a little bit because I know sometimes it's harder to see what I'm doing. Okay. Ooh, here's my shaker card again. Isn't that cool? I know, I'm so excited about it. So yeah, come back tomorrow on my blog, barbstamps.com, for the video for this card. Okay. Ooh, and here's my cute little, it's just adorable. Wouldn't you love to go to work and find that on your desk or give it to a teacher or something? I just think those are the cutest things ever. And with Easter Rolos, you get all those fun colors of foil. Sorry. For the Rolos. I was going through my cards that I have, and I came across this card. This is the like roller coaster stamp set and die set. And last year when I was at my friend Dina's house in January, her and Kelly and I decided we were going to make one of these roller coaster cards. So we did. And look how cool it is. But let me just tell you, it literally took us about 2 hours. We had no idea what we were doing. And so, yeah, but it's probably one of the most amazing cards I think I've ever made. So there you go. I just had to show you guys that because I thought it was kind of fun. All right. Another thing you might not be aware of is that the 2017-2019 in colors are going to be retiring at the end of this big catalog, which is like June 2nd or something like that. So that means that Tranquil Tide, Lemon Lime Twist, Fresh Fig, Berry Burst, and Powder Pink are all going away. Now, every year, one of these in colors, either the paper sells out or the ink pad refills sell out. Some stuff always sells out before the end of the catalog period. So I recommend if you guys have any of these colors of ink pads, get your refills now, get your extra package of cardstock now during celebration where you can get extra bonuses for your orders so that you are not sad at the end of the catalog when you need a Fresh Fig ink refill and you can't get it. So there's my public service announcement. Oh, I had this card upside down the whole time. Apparently I'm supposed to go like that. Anyways, that was my public service announcement for you guys for the day. So again, Tranquil Tide, Berry Burst, Powder Pink, Lemon Lime Twist, Fresh Fig. They're amazing. And I'm sad to see them go. Okay. Enough of the blah, blah, blah and all that good stuff. Let's get started making cards. So, the first card I have to make uses the Geared Up Garage, which is my online class coming up. And I also have one of my multi-card videos coming out using the Geared Up Garage and how I show you guys 20 to 30 different cards using those products. I do have quite a few cards using the Geared Up Garage. I'm waiting for a few more of my swap cards to come in. But I'll be having that video hopefully next week. That one will come out. So that's going to be super cool. So with the Geared Up Garage, my online class, if you purchase my special bundle of products, then I will give you the class for free. If you don't want to purchase the bundle of products, you have the stuff, totally fine. I get it. You can buy the class from me for $20. The class is 9 cards, none of which will be in any of my videos. They are all exclusive to the class. They all have written instructions. They all have videos. So there's a lot of work that goes into the class, and I feel like $20 is a super reasonable price, and you get a lot of benefit for your 20 bucks. So my special bundle of products is the Geared Up Garage bundle, which is the stamp set and the die set. Here is a little cheat sheet of what the dies do. Whoops, I just had a die go rolling around. So obviously we have a lot of images in the stamp set that have coordinating dies. We have this fun little emblem piece here that has a couple of things that will fit inside of it. And then we have all these amazing gears, which are so cool. We have the large gear set here, and then we have the little singles, and then we have the little gear trio, which is super cool. Then I also am including the Classic Garage Designer Series paper, and I'm going to pull it out here. And you guys are going to laugh because these two little scraps here are all I have left of this pattern, okay? But I wanted to show you, I did stamp a toolbox on this red and crop it out because I really think the backs of some of these papers are so cool. Look at the design on these. And if you stamp on them and then crop out whatever you've stamped, you really get a lot of interest in that stamped design, I think. So that's just a little blurb from Barb. Then the street sign paper, that's all I have. That's all I got left. There was another one in here that was like a partial, whereas, oh, right here. The steering wheel. This is all I have left of the steering wheel paper. So 3 of the papers, I have none left except those scraps. The rest, I do have a few. So here are the rest of the papers. You actually get 48 sheets in the package. And so here are some of them. Flip it over, and then here are the rest. So you'll see a lot more of the papers when I do my multi-card video, which, like I said, should be coming out hopefully next week. I gotta move my chair, it's in my way. Okay, I'm also including these fun little elements. So we have the little car key, or it could be a house key. So any of you realtors out there that like to give cards to people that purchase homes from you, wouldn't that little key be adorable on the card you make for them? Welcome to your new home. I thought so. And then we have these little wrenches, which are super cute too. So you get a little container of the embellishments. And lastly, you get this amazing black and silver metallic ribbon. So the bundle of products, $90, includes all the shipping and tax. If you just want the class, it's 20 bucks. All right. Ooh, there's one thing I did want to tell you. In case you're not aware of it, in one of these pieces of Designer Series paper, where is it? The gears right here. As I was talking about these gear dies, look at this. They actually, you can cut out these colored gears with some of these dies. So this large die will cut out, I think it's 4 of them, or 3. It'll cut out 3 of the gears on here, which is super cool. Here's that little gear trio that I showed you, and then these little single gears here. So you can cut all these gears out of this pattern paper with the gears in the die set, which I think makes the whole thing just even better. Even better. Okay. So let me get some of these things out of the way, and then we will get on to our card. So this is a card that I made for a swap, and we're going to kind of make it like this, kind of not. So let me get what I need here. Oh, I lied. I have one more scrap of that paper that we're going to put on this card. Okay. So obviously we're using the stamps. So we've got the Happy Father's Day image here that I'm going to stamp in black on a piece of a very vanilla. And then I also need another. So obviously, where's my ink? Oh, it's ready. Okay. So we're going to take the Happy Father's Day image, and we're going to stamp it right here on this piece of vanilla. Then, if my Big Shot was right here next to me, I would take it over to my Big Shot and I would crop it out with the coordinating label die, this little guy here. And I would also crop one of those out of black. So TV Magic, there you go. All right, so those two are going to go together. And we're done with this black ink, I believe. Okay, then I've got a 8.5 by 5.5 piece of crushed curry. We're going to fold that in half. And I need a bone folder here. Okay, so I hope you guys are sharing the video so we can get more people to watch me. All right, so then here's our layer. And for this layer, we're going to use the large gear die. Get that out. And we are going to emboss it right here, okay, on this piece of cardstock. So this would be my sandwich, okay, because I can't do it here because my Big Shot's not right here. I got my Big Shot platform. I have a clear cutting pad. I would take my gear die and I would use some washi tape, or if you're really good and can flip it upside down without moving it out of place, do that. So that's set. I've got my Big Shot embossing mats here, so I'm using the, oh, Debbie, you're hilarious. She's also watching the giraffe. The blue silicone mat, which is going to go on top of that, and then the impressions pad, okay? Then you run that through your Big Shot, and you get this really cool embossed pattern on that layer. So we're going to put those two together. So let me get rid of this. So that's going to be glued together. So let me just do that right. Is that, yeah, I can do that right now. Well, actually, let's wait because I'm going to use this strip also. So then I have a strip that's going to go across, obviously. But what I thought might be kind of cool, rather than stamping this little nut pattern on here, we could take a bunch of these gears that I cropped out of Tranquil Tide, retiring color, more PSA for you. So I have a bunch of these gears. So I thought I would just like glue them randomly onto my layer there. And some of them are going to hang off the edge and we're just going to trim them off. Okay. I just thought it might be kind of fun to have these cool looking gears all over. Ooh, I like this trio here. Let's glue one of those on. So I didn't really know what I was going to do or how I was going to lay them on here. So I just die cut a bunch. Okay. And maybe this little guy here. He's going to go over here in the corner. Now, I don't need to cover the whole strip with gears because when I put my main layer on there, it's going to take up some space. So you can see that I'm already pretty much done adding the gears. So we're going to bring in some scissors and we're just going to snip off. Is that too long? Maybe a tiny bit. Okay. So we're just going to snip off all the excess gear bits here. Whoops. Apparently I should have some kind of glasses on. Look at those. I just thought it might be kind of fun just to change the card up just a tad. Okay. So we don't need any more of those. I'll put those back in my little container and use them some other time. Go ahead and add. So I want that across the middle. Now I'm going to try to use my grid paper because it's, I swear, every time I try to put something on even, I can't. I don't know what the deal is. It's just that Barb can't do it. Okay, so maybe right in the middle. Both of those. Like that. Does that look centered? Good grief. Sometimes I just can't tell. Okay, so now we've got a little excess here. Always better to have too much than too little because you can always cut that off, but it's really hard to add some back. Okay. Clean up my mess a little bit. You guys know how I cannot stand to stamp in a mess when I'm live. When I'm not live, when I'm down here by myself, oh, good Lord, the mess is everywhere. And I don't care. Okay. Now we can go ahead and glue that to the main card. Oh, I just love this bundle, you guys. It's so fun, and there's so many things you can do with it. So many guy things. Okay, I think that's even. Oh, that was not even close to even. Good grief. I feel a cough coming on, so I'm going to try to turn my back and hack somewhere else. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so we have that on. Now we're going to add these two pieces, and this is just paper to paper, so we're just going to go ahead and use some snail. And I cut this little piece of Designer Series paper is a 2x3, and then the black is like a 2 1/8 by 3 1/8, so it's just barely enough to make a little bit of a border. Okay, That's going to go right there. Need our sentiment. What did I do with that? Here we go. You're a classic. Oh, I should have had this already mounted. Let's see if we can mount it on here so that when we stamp it, it's going to be straight. Well, we'll try. That's all we can do, right? We can only try. Now, did I get my gear in the way? Whew! She's going to be close. Okay, so we are going to stamp this down here at the bottom, and I hear my daughter up in the bathroom, so hopefully no one else can hear her. Okay, so we've got our Euro Classic on the front there. We're done with that, done with that. I think we're done with that. Done with that. What am I looking for? My ribbon. Here, I thought I was all done with everything. Nope. So here's a little ribbon trick for you. Some of you may know this, some of you may not. But when I want to tie ribbons around cardstock, I don't always have good luck getting them to be tight by wrapping them around the paper. So I like to wrap them around something else. And our Stampin' Mist bottles are perfect for this. The large one, if you need a longer piece, we're just using a small one here just to go around this small little piece of designer series paper. So I like to wrap them around a bottle. Okay, snip that off. Then you can manipulate your knot so it looks pretty. And then we're going to snip the ends. Hello, Jerry. Thanks for joining me. All right, and I'm going to actually put this in the middle, so we're just going to snip it like that. We're going to add this so that the knot is in the middle. Oh, goodness, my tape dispenser is out. I'm going to have to use one of these little guys here. And then I'm going to wrap my ribbon around to the back. Oops, I'm out of camera, sorry. Tape that to the back. And tape that one to the back. Okay. Bring in some dimensionals. Get 4 of them on there. I'm so excited about having all these gears on here. I think it turned out really cool. Okay. And we're going to add this just so it kind of straddles that strip of Tranquil Tide, but still is even. Okay. So we've got our Happy Father's Day greeting there, and I'm going to snip this in half, just like that. And I'm going to add some snail to both halves. Okay. And then I'm going to put this on just so there's a little bit of the black that shows on the side. And this one too. Just a little bit, just so it just kind of pops it off just a tad. Doesn't need to be a whole lot. Okay, there we go. And then we are going to just trim off the excess here. All right, and then we'll grab a couple dimensionals, and this is card number 1 done. Whoops. Okay, so we have 2 that are basically the same, but different. All right, so here we go. So here we have these 2 cards. This one, we've got the little wrench there. I don't really think we need it on this because we have so much more going on with all these gears. So this one's more of a plain card. Super quick to make this one. You're just stamping, die cutting, assembling, you're done. This one, there's a little more die cutting involved, a little more prep time and assembly time, but I think they're both super cute, and I hope you guys liked them. So let's move on to the next one. Remember, someone's going to win this card because I give away all the cards when you share the video. Remember, I'll draw a name and somebody will win. Okay, let me put these things away. The ribbon we're putting away, the stamp, and then I'll get out my stuff for my next card. All right, get all these bits. Oh, here's my host code for the month of March. If you want to order from me, you can use my host code, and I do have some free gifts with purchase. Okay, the next card we're going to make uses the Hello Cupcake, which is a free celebration item right now. This is free with a $50 order. It's super cute. It's one of the first ones I got because I love making birthday cards, and who doesn't like making cupcake cards, really? They're the best. And then I'm also going to use one of our celebration coordination release products. This is the More Than Words stamp set. Thanks, guys. And we're also going to use the Story Label Punch. This is also a celebration coordination item, and it coordinates with a lot of the sentiments in some of the celebration sets, some of the ones in this set too. So we're going to be using this also. I'm going to turn it upside down because it's got kind of a bit of a glare. So let me get my cardstock pieces out here. Oops, almost got them all out. Okay, so we have some lemon lime twist, guys. Yay! Hello, Sonia. Nice to have you here. Again, this is one of the retiring in colors that will be leaving us this year. It's been around for a couple of years. We've loved it. We've used it, but it is going to be retiring. So if it is a color that you love, then I would suggest you get it now. So, okay. So the cardstock is 4 1/4 by 11. I scored it at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Okay. So I folded it in half. And then I folded this layer back on itself. All right. So then I have a piece of the Gingham Gala Designer Series paper. And this paper is so cute. There's 5 colors: the Highland Heather, the Balmy Blue, the Lemon Lime Twist, Daffodil Delight, and the Grapefruit Grove. And they all have the large checks and the small checks if you flip them over. Okay. So we're using the Lemon Lime Twist. We're going to use the large checkered side. So I'm going to go ahead and just add that to that panel that I just flipped back. Roll some snail on there. Again, we're paper on paper, so snail will be just fine. It's when there's paper on paper and some pressure to release that the snail doesn't always work, but this will be fine. All right. Then I have a piece for the inside of the card, but I don't want to put it in just yet because I need to stamp on it. And if I screw it up, then I want to be able to flip it over, you know? Okay. So then I also have one of our, what is this? This is a Highland Heather piece of Designer Series paper. No, I'm lying. Somebody's trying to call me and I don't know who it is, but I'm going to decline it because, good Lord, I'm live on Facebook right now. I used our rectangle framelits. And this is Highland Heather cardstock. Boy, blah, blah, I don't even know what I was saying. Okay, so here are the rectangle stitched framelits. And I like to keep all of mine nested together. So I've got the 8 that go together here, the 4 long skinny ones here. These are all numbered 1 through 8 from inside to outside, smallest to largest. And these are A, B, C, D. This one doesn't have any friends, so he's all by himself. He doesn't need to be labeled. So which one did I use? That was kind of mean. Sorry, little guy. I think I used number 6. Yes, so I used number 6 to crop this rectangle. All right, so let me move those out of the way. Okay, so that is going to go on to the front of the card right here. Oops, I did not cut myself a layer of white, so hang on. So sorry, I have to cut myself a piece of paper. And what size is this going to be? 2 3/4 by 4. Sorry, guys. Okay. Then I have a piece of white that is 2 3/4 by 4. That's going to nest right in there. So this piece here, little bits on the edges, I'm going to glue it to this side of the card, but I'm only going to glue it half of it. Okay, so I'm only going to do this side here with the adhesive. All right, and we're going to lay that about like so. Okay. All right, so now we can start doing a little stamping. We've got some of this assembled. Get our bits out of the way. Bring our stamps in. We've got a lot of stamps. We're going to use the Cupcake bottom, the Cupcake top, the Cupcake pick. 2 of the sentiments from the More Than Words. We're using the Today Calls for Something Sweet on the outside of the card, and then with extra sprinkles on top for the inside of the card. We're also going to be using these tiny little flowers that are in the set because they are adorable. Another part of the cupcake. Second flower. Move some of this stuff out of the way. And then we're going to be using Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, and Lemon Lime Twist. All right. So we'll start with our lemon lime twist, and we're going to do our cupcake wrapper. Get that. So that's going to go down here on the bottom-ish of my layer here. Like that. And then this other little skinny part of the cupcake. Now this could be cupcake itself, but I didn't want it to be a different color, so it's my cake card. I can do what I want, so it's not going to be a different color. So it's the same color as lemon lime twist. Okay, then I need to bring in my gorgeous grape, and we've got the frosting part. Yay! Who wouldn't love purple frosting? Seriously. Hello, Joy. Good to see you. All right, so we're going to line that up about like so. All right. Then we need a little scrap of white. Here's a scrap right here. So I'm going to clean that off really quickly. I've got my Stampin' Chamois here. It looks atrocious, but I just cleaned it. It's just stained, and it's the most amazing thing I think Stampin' Up's ever come out with, and I love it so much. All right, so now we've got some Highland Heather, and we're going to ink up the cupcake frosting again and stamp it on a scrap. And then I would cut that out. Now, if you have the dies, if you were lucky enough to get the cupcake dies, you could cut that out with your dies. I wasn't, so I have to fussy cut it. But before I fussy cut it, I do want to add some sprinkles. Okay, so there's some little sprinkles. Cute. By the magic of TV, I've already cut it out. Okay, so it's going to go up here, and it might actually even go off the paper because I think that's fine. So I want to add my little heart pick here. We're going to put it right up there at the top, and then we'll get our frosting just to the top of that. Okay, so now we need to do our sentiment piece. So this piece is pretty much done except for gluing, which we will get to that. So I don't need these, and I don't need this. Try to put some stuff away because otherwise I make a mess if I'm touching stamps and getting them all over my fingers and stuff. Okay, this is our scrap. So we are going to use the Today Calls for Something Sweet, and we're going to stamp it in Highland Heather. About right here. Hello, Diane. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate that. If you guys have any questions about what I'm doing or anything like that, let me know. Just leave me a comment. If I don't see it right now while we're live, I will go back and try to answer any questions that I see. So I'm going to crop this out with the punch. Now you'll see that I'm actually leaving some space down here. I'm doing that on purpose because I'm going to add some of those cute little flowers to the bottom. I forgot I needed to scrap a grape, so let me scrap a grape here. Okay. So I need... Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Well, it's fine. We'll just use the other side. Okay. So we have these two things here. Now we can do a little more stamping with these adorable little flowers and this other sentiment. So this other sentiment says, with extra sprinkles on top. And we're going to do that in Highland Heather also. And we're going to stamp it kind of over to the side because we don't want it to be seen before we open the card. I want it to be a surprise. Right now, Diane, I am doing a fun fold card. Okay. A piece of scratch paper because I'm going to add some little flowers down here at the bottom corner. And sometimes I like it to be a little more random looking. And I find it's a little more random looking if you have some of the images go off of the card. That's cute. Maybe another little Highland Heather one right down there. Okay, so then I thought maybe we would add a few more little flowers up here. Oh, these are so cute. Some darker ones. Okay, yay, that's adorable. I'm happy with that. Okay, so we have our sentiment right here. Oh, I forgot to do that one too. We need to add some little flowers at the bottom of this too. So we're going to do the lemon lime twist, of course. And then since we used this in grape last, we'll do a little grape. Maybe we'll do 2 grapes. 2 grapes is better than 1. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay. So then we're going to take this little piece that we already cropped out of the grape, and we're going to snip it in half. You see how I love doing this when I have punches? I love giving the effect of that I have a layer, like I have the same punch, but it's a little bit bigger, even though I really don't. So I just cut those in half, and then I just very slightly add it to the grape so that there's just a tiny bit showing. It just really makes them pop, I think. Okay. And then if you have some excess on the sides here, just trim it off. It doesn't matter. Or you can leave it, whatever you want to do. Okay. So now we are going to, and I think we'll do a dimensional on here. We'll add a dimensional to our little Highland Heather frosting. And we'll add that on top of our grape frosting. This little guy, he's going to hang off a little bit, so I'm only adding the adhesive on the side here. Unless you change the color of the chamois to a darker color, you wouldn't even know it was stained. I know, Jerry, right? I kind of wish they would, but I'm not in charge. All right, so we are going to put that about like so. All right, and I better put these inks away because you guys know what happens when you have ink laying around opened. Yeah, things get in there, and it's a problem. Make sure I don't have any on my fingers, because that's another problem that I do. I get ink on my fingers, and then I transfer it to my projects, and then I want to cry. Okay, so this is going to go on the inside of the card, so let's add a little bit of adhesive to make it the right size. All right. And I like to line it up on 3 sides, the sides that are like going to be seen, because you can see that I cut this a little bit wrong, and it's not the same on this side of the card. But because you're opening it up and it's lemon lime twist on this side, you can't even tell that I screwed it up. So yay. Okay. Oh, that's so cute down there. I love it. All right. Then this is going to go right here. So we're going to add our adhesive there. And then we're going to do one more fun thing. We're going to add a little knot of ribbon to this. And we're going to be using, what did I do with it? Here it is. The gorgeous grape mini striped ribbon. Isn't that super cute? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a bow. So when I tie a bow, I tie 2 bunny ears, right? And then I cross them, bring the loop through the hole, and then I just manipulate them until they're the right size. So I've already done that. I've already got one right here, and we're going to add it with a glue dot. So I just take this and press this. Hello, Gail. Nice to see you. Right onto the glue dot there. Did I get it on there? Yes. I'm just going to add this like right at the bottom of the sentiment piece. Oh my gosh, isn't that cute? I am loving that. Oops, is that some ink right there? Well, I don't know if any of you guys have these little things. They're called ink erasers. Oh, it wasn't ink. Never mind. Well, they are fun though. They're called sand erasers. Excuse me. I got them at a local office supply store. Well, not local to me, but it was in Billings, Montana, which is a close city to me. I got it in a office supply store. And when you get ink where you don't want it, if you just very gently erase it, normally you can get it to come off. So it's really cool. So again, here's our card. Oh my gosh, you guys, I would love to see some thumbs up on this if you think it's cute. I think it's adorable. So someone's going to win this next week. Whoever wins for sharing the video, this is a second card. So let me get this stuff put away, and then I will bring in the stuff for my last card. And this one's kind of a technique type card, so I hope you like it. It's going to be using the Humming Along stamp set and the hummingbird framelits. We're going to be using the large flower. And here is our paper items that we need. Okay, got a few things here, but I don't want to show you just yet because it's a secret. Excuse me. Oh, but I do have a couple of cards that use this stamp set that I got in swaps. I think I have 3 so far. I actually have a card that I made in my VIP group a couple weeks ago that I can't show you because it's exclusive for them, and I told them I wouldn't share it. Okay, so here's one, super cute, where it was stamped on the gray granite, and then the Stampin' Blends were used. And then we have some of our fun, what is this stuff? The flax, the fun flax up there. This is one of those kind of corner flip cards, which is a little bit of a fun technique. Maybe I'll have to make one of those one time. They're really fun. Just a flower image on that same paper and more lemon lime twist. Oh, I heart you, lemon lime twist. And then this is a card I got from one of my team members, Barbara. She has the most amazing name, wouldn't you agree? She sent this to me to thank me for something I did for her, and I just think it's gorgeous. She did an amazing job coloring this, and I just really love it. So those are some cards that are going to use this stamp set. So like I said, we're going to use the large flower image. So I'll put the stamps away. And we need Stays On and Memento because we are using window sheets for this technique. So here is a window sheet. And what you do is you ink up your stamp in Stays On. I've already done this just because I had to die cut it, and so I can't die cut stuff right here. So you ink it up in Stays On, press it onto your window sheet very carefully. When you do it, you want to go straight down, stop, don't wiggle it, but then press. Because if you wiggle it around, you can smear the ink, and then that's a real bummer. So you just want to ink it up. And normally when I'm working with Stays On, I'll ink it up, and then I'll ink it up some more, just to make sure I have nice, good coverage. You'd stamp it on your window sheet. We would cut it out with the coordinating die, and we would have this, okay? So I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to color the back side with my Stampin' Blends markers. And now, why am I coloring it on the back side? Because Stays On is an alcohol-based ink. These are alcohol-based markers. They will bleed each other. So if I was to go over the Stays On with my Stampin' Blend, it would just move the Stays On around. Okay, so these are designed to be used with Memento if you're doing it on paper, because Memento is water-based. These are alcohol-based. They don't mix. So when I'm using Stays On, normally you use Stays On paper to watercolor with your watercolor pencils or ink pads and blender pens and what have you. And of course you have the alcohol ink and the water, it doesn't mix. So that's why I flip this over. I'm going to color from the back side, okay? So I'm going to start out using my lovely lipstick, Stampin' Blend. Hopefully my hair doesn't get in the way. And I'm just going to color the back of this. So, and hopefully it won't take too long, because I know Karen's on here, and Karen doesn't like to watch me color for very long. So I apologize, Karen. Sometimes if it starts to get a little weird and wonky on you, I just tap my finger on it, and that seems to get the ink to start doing what I want it to do, which is not pool. All right, so you can hear all the squeaking, and again, I just kind of tap my finger onto it a little bit, and I find that's a little bit helpful, especially on a window sheet. Obviously, if I was coloring on paper, I would not do that. Okay. Swirling it around. Again, I'm just going to kind of tap it with my finger just slightly. And of course, my finger's getting all pink, but the life of a stamper, right? Forever having inky hands. Hopefully that's not irritating anybody, like nails on a chalkboard or something. All right. Tap, 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 tap. Just because when you're doing Stampin' Blends on a window sheet, you can't really get it to blend, and that's not what I'm really wanting to do anyway, so that's fine. I'm just trying to add some color so that when I do the next step, it'll be amazing. All right, tap, tap, tap with the finger again. And it does dry pretty quickly on here. Okay, so we can put that away. So now I'm going to bring in my dark, lovely lipstick marker, and I'm just going to draw what's already created for me. So this will be my kind of like shadowing, sort of in a sense. So we'll just do that. And next to that one, next to that one, and next to these two. Okay. All right, then we got the dark Call Me Clover. And we're going to do this little stem thing here. And then the rest of the flower parts. I don't know what these parts are called. Probably should have paid attention more in biology, and then I might know. But alas, I did not. since I'm just making straight lines on that, I didn't need to use my finger. I might on this, we'll see. No, probably. If I would have done a little less quickly, is that even a phrase? I don't even know. On the flower part of it, I probably wouldn't have needed to tap my finger all over the whole thing, but I didn't want you guys to have to sit here and watch this because I know it can be kind of boring sometimes. And then my dark pineapple punch. I'm just going to add some to this little, again, I don't know what this is called. I know it has a technical name, but I don't know what it is. Okay, so we have that all colored and it's so pretty, just like so. So then what you do is you take a piece of silver foil sheet and you crop out that same flower, okay? And we're going to glue these together. Now this is where the comes in. Look how pretty that is when you add silver glimmer paper behind that colored image. It's just so sparkly. It's just gorgeous. And I have found, because the glimmer paper is there, normally you wouldn't use glue dots with an acetate window sheet because it's going to show through. But I have found that for some reason, they don't really. So we're just going to add a few on here. And in some inconspicuous spots, maybe. We'll add it on this little doohickey thing, whatever it is that I don't know. And maybe right here on the top of the leaf. Let's see if that's enough. Okay, so I'm going to put this on top of the silver foil, lining up the edges of the die cut. I put one there, I put one there, I put one there, and I put one there. So I'm smashing them into the foil sheet. So pretty. Would you stamina? Thank you, Joy. Okay, so now we have that gorgeous flower, and now we can bring in our pieces of cardstock here. So lovely lipstick, 4 1/4 by 11, folded in half. Then I forgot what this one was, so let me get my ruler out. I think it's 2 3/4 by 4. 2 3/4 by 4, yes. And then this is like 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. Oh, this is actually 4 1/4. So it's, oh, it's a little long. I meant to cut it down. Hold on. So it should be 4 1/8, guys. Because I just want a little bit of the black to show. Yep, that's exactly how I want it. Okay, so let me add some adhesive to this panel here. Oh, somebody else. Oh, stamen. Oh, I remember that word now that you say that. Okay, that makes sense. I think that's correct. Sometimes you have to hear those things, you know, for that to come back to you from way back when. Okay, so then I have a piece of the patterned paper that is free right now. What did I do with it? With your $50 orders. Oh, here it is. It's the Botanical Butterfly Designer Series paper, and here are the patterns. So right now I'm using this checkered pattern, and this is on the back side of that. All these patterns have a black and white on one side and then color on the other. So this is something you can get for free with your $50 orders right now during celebration, if you so choose. And I do think it's a really fun paper, and you will love it if you get it. So, all right, let's add a little bit of that. Nope, here we go again, trying to make something so it's even and straight. The struggle is real, you guys. Actually, I think I might go up one. Okay, so we're going to just try to that. And I did cut it a tiny bit long, I think. Yep. So let me just snip that off. Like I said earlier, it's fine if it's too long. If it's too short, that's when it's a problem. Okay. And then this piece is going to get glued on there. Actually, let's put dimensionals on it. Or should we put dimensionals on the flower? Oh, sometimes I hate to have things be too thick, because sometimes the mailman no likey. But sometimes I don't know, I hope there's no postal carriers on here, but I sometimes trick the mailman. And I'll like cover it up with a piece of bubble wrap or something. And that doesn't feel like a large chunk of something. Okay, so I do have a sentiment in this set. There are 3 sentiments in here. One of them says, thank you. We have hope you feel better really soon, which is really nice. And wishing you an amazing birthday. And actually, you know what? I think I'm going to change my mind and do the hope you feel better really soon. I was going to do thank you, but I have been needing some get well cards lately because everyone is sick. Maybe the problem is everyone is sick of winter. Yeah, I know I'm sick of winter. We just had like a blizzard warning yesterday, and thankfully it didn't hit us too hard like it hit those poor people in Colorado. I guess it hit the southern part of the state of Wyoming because the highway down there, we have a major highway that runs from like California clear through Nebraska over to I think all the way over to the East Coast. And it's a major thoroughfare for semi-trucks. It's been closed for like 24 hours, I think. So I always feel bad when they can't get through. Okay, so we're going to say, hope you feel better really soon. And we're going to stamp this right down here. And we're going to hope, you know what? I'm going to do a tester first. Because sometimes I just like to do a little tester, see if it's on there. Yeah, it looks pretty straight. Okay. And we're going to try that down here in the corner. It's good enough. I'll live with it. Okay. So then we're going to take the flower and we're going to add some dimensionals to the back of the flower. So we'll put one here, and maybe one down where the leaf hits the stem. And then we'll peel those off. Gosh, I hope you guys can actually see how pretty this is. Is that coming out on camera? I hope so. It's so pretty. All right, so then we're going to set this about like so. I said this was Lovely Lipstick, didn't I? It's not. It's Melon Mambo. I used the Lovely Lipstick Stampin' Blends, but when I was coloring on my sample flower, here's my sample flower from earlier, because I always got to do a little tester for you guys to see how it works out. And I got done with it. It seemed like it was a little bit more Melon Mambo to me than it was Lovely Lipstick. So I went with Melon Mambo. Okay, the last thing I want to do is I want to bring in some of these cute little Happiness Blooms Enamel Dots. And I'm going to make them all, 3 of them black. So I use my black Stampin' Blend, and I just go over, I use the brush tip. I just go over those dots with that. Colors them right up. And I thought if I stuck them right up here, that might look kind of cool. Is that crooked? Yeah, for crying out loud. I think the whole thing might be. Oh, I used liquid glue. Yeah, crooked it is. I hope my friend doesn't mind. Hope she thinks, oh, you're so thoughtful. I don't care if it's crooked. Okay, so I am going to try to put these on in a cool pattern. We'll see what happens. Like that. And that one, right, like that. How's that? I think that looks pretty cool. All right, so there it is. So that's it, you guys. That's my Facebook Live for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching on YouTube, because I will be loading this to YouTube later, give it a thumbs up. I always appreciate that. Share the video. Sharing the video gets you in for the drawing of the cards that I made. And here they are. We'll bring them back in. So we have our Fun Man card, which of course goes along with my Geared Up Garage online class that is releasing tomorrow. So there's 9 cards in the class. It's a $20 class. Each card has a video and written instructions with it, so it's very well worth the $20. None of the cards that I show on my blog will be in the class. Those are exclusive to the class, the ones that are there. This is my kickoff card that I'm going to be having a video on my blog for tomorrow. This is not part of the class. It's just an amazing card that I wanted to share. So the video for this will be on my blog tomorrow. So thank you guys so much. Give me the little thumbs up. Let me know you enjoyed it. Leave me some comments. I always give away a prize for somebody who comments, somebody who shares, and people who place orders between now and next Wednesday night. And please use my host code. So thanks so much, you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Yeah, let's bring that back up because isn't that amazing? I know. I just love it. It's so pretty. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.